absolute. Okay? So I think you can turn a bit this side, and so that I can try to look at you a bit comfortably, and it is also easy for you. Okay? And yeah, thank you. So yeah, so we are discussing this in this class every Sunday, and we are in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So how many of you having the Bhagavad Gita book with you? I mean your personal copy. आप में से कितने लोगों के पास भगवत गीता बुक है, आपका पर्सनल कॉपी? Very less, comparatively. There are almost 60-70 people are around, and 20 people is having Bhagavad Gita. So we recommend you to take Bhagavad Gita book, because we'll have a lot of books in our bookshelves, right? We do, might be by this age, 20, 25 years, or even for nursery student also, they have big bags in their backpack. But which gives the knowledge, which gives the knowledge of material education. So that after that education completes, we completed that education, we will earn bread and butter, right? With that education, do we get more? No, we get money. But with the Bhagavad Gita, this Bhagavad Gita we understand who am I, where are you, I came from, where I need to, move forward, go forward. Okay, this is very important book. This is very small, right? Compared to the books, MBBS, who is reading MBBS will have this much big size books. But this gives the complete understanding of human form of life, and also about this nature, and about the God, and about the time. Okay? Now time is 11:47 or something like that, right? 11:47. What is this time all about? Okay? After 1:30, if I ask you to stay back here, will you stay back? No, right? You wanted to go home and you have to do a lot of activities in your Sunday. Right? That means we think that we are under the control of ourselves, but we are under the control of time. So what is this time all about? And what are all the activities we are doing? So this kind of information can only give by the Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So we strongly recommend to you to take the Bhagavad Gita, and so that you can transform your lives after reading this book. Okay? So we'll continue our discussion. We are done with 10.10, 10th chapter, 10th sloka in last class, and we'll continue from 10.11. Okay? Please repeat after me. I will tell you this sloka. Tesham evanukampartham Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha aham ajnanajam tamaha निश्चयाम्यात्म भावस्तो नाशयाम्यात्म भावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् loudly तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. Okay, anyone wants to repeat it? Anyone wants to tell, and so that everyone can repeat? No? Prabhuji's? Yeah. Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. Anyone else? Even if we do mistakes, there is no harm. If we try, we'll get, habituated to pronounce the Sanskrit words. Hare Krishna. Yes? Anyone? Mataji's? Okay. So everyone feeling shy or fearful of doing mistakes? Huh? Second one, okay. Fearful of doing mistakes. That is, the nature of human or any living entity. We always think that we may do some mistakes, and when we stop doing it. Okay? We'll discuss that part also. Why are we like that? Okay? Fine then. We'll continue. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. To show them special mercy, I dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness burn of ignorance. Purport. When Lord Chaitanya was in Benares promulgating the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thousands of people were following him. Prakashananda Saraswati, a very influential and learned scholar in Banaras at that time, derided Lord Chaitanya for being a sentimentalist. Sometimes Mayavadi philosophers criticize the devotee because they think that most of the devotees are in the darkness of ignorance and are philosophically naive sentimentalists. Actually, that is not the fact. There are very, very learned scholars who have put forward the philosophy of devotion. But even if a devotee does not take advantage of their literatures or of his spiritual master, if he is sincere in his devotional service, he is helped by Krishna himself within his heart. So the sincere devotee engaged in Krishna consciousness cannot be without knowledge. The only qualification is that one carry out the devotional service in full Krishna consciousness. The Mayavadi philosophers think that without discriminating one cannot have pure knowledge. For them, this answer is given by the Supreme Lord. Those who are engaged in pure devotional service, even though they be without sufficient education and even without sufficient knowledge of the Vedic principles, are still helped by the Supreme God as stated in this verse. The Lord tells Arjuna that basically there is no possibility of understanding the Supreme Truth, the Absolute Truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, simply by speculating for the Supreme Truth is so great that it is not possible to understand Him or to achieve Him simply by making a mental effort. Man can go on speculating for several millions of years, and if he is not devoted, if he is not a lover of the Supreme Truth, he will never understand Krishna or the Supreme Truth. Only by devotional service is the Supreme Truth Krishna pleased, and by his inconceivable energy, he can reveal himself to the heart of the pure devotee. The pure devotee always has Krishna within his heart. And with the presence of Krishna, who is just like the sun, the darkness of ignorance is at once dissipated. This is the special mercy rendered to the pure devotee by Krishna. Due to the contamination of material association, though many millions of births, one's heart is always covered with the dust of materialism. But when one engages in devotional service and constantly chants Hare Krishna, the dust quickly clears and one is elevated to the platform of pure knowledge. The ultimate goal, Vishnu, can be attained only by this chant and by devotional service, and not by mental speculation or argument. The pure devotee does not have to worry about the material necessities of life. He need not be anxious, because when he removes the darkness from his heart, everything is provided automatically by the Supreme Lord, who is pleased by the loving devotional service of the devotee. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord and engage himself in pure devotional service. As the Lord takes charge, one becomes completely free from all kinds of materialistic endeavors. Okay, we chant Mangalacharan prayers. Okay, let me see if I opened one PPT, but it is not showing. Yeah, considering the time factor, let's chant. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Śrī Caitanya-Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrushabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachanam. Hare Krishna. Okay, so actually in this shloka you can observe, just I go to the last line and come back to the starting of the discussion. It is clearly mentioned here why I am requesting you to take the Bhagavad Gita. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord and engage himself in pure devotional service. Okay? And as the Lord takes charge, one becomes completely free from all kinds of materialistic endeavors. See, so what will happen if you read Bhagavad Gita? By studying Bhagavad Gita, not only read, you have to understand what exactly the Bhagavad Gita is saying. Okay, how many slokas are there in Bhagavad Gita? How many slokas? How many slokas? 700 slokas. How many chapters are there? 18 chapters. Simple question, right? Simple question and simple answer. 18 chapters and 700 shlokas. Okay, whenever we learn something, we have to learn from known things to unknown things, right? Then only it will be easy for us. Otherwise, we feel that, oh, it is very difficult subject, it is very difficult to understand. So, what Krishna is saying, what Srila Prabhupada is mentioned here in this purport, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. If we read this Bhagavad Gita, what will happen if we read this Bhagavad Gita? Will be surrendered. To whom? To God, to Krishna. to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, actually, when you surrender to someone, what will happen? To whom we surrendered, he will take care of us, right? He needs to take care of us, right? I surrender to someone. For example, if there is a criminal, the police comes and he says, by pointing the gun, he says, hands up. What he will do? He will hands up, right? That means what he is doing, he is surrendering to him. What he is doing? He is surrendered to him. And after that, the rest of the things will be taken care of by police, right? He will take him to the jail and he will give food also. So, at the same time, we are also criminals in this material world actually. We came here to suffer, not to be happy in this material world. Any one of you can say that I am very happy all the time. Anyone can raise hands. Do you see I am always happy. No moment I was sad. Is there anyone to say that? No, right? So that means we are suffering here. So to give end to this suffering, what we have to do? We have to surrender to Krishna. From where we can understand that surrender? The nature of surrender is only comes from Bhagavad Gita. Very, very important. Okay? So actually, if you see the Bhagavad Gita, between whom, who is discussing to whom? Krishna is talking to Arjuna, right? In 2nd chapter, 7th sloka, what Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cetaha echreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Actually, until 2nd chapter, 7th shloka, Arjuna explains many things actually. He says about his family tradition, what he needs to follow, why he needs to kill the people who are in front of him, the Kauravas in the battlefield. He puts lot of logical points. Whenever we come to temple or whenever we visit the temples, and if someone says do devotion like this, and we'll have lot of questions in our mind, right? I perform this Mataji puja and thus that Devi puja. My family tradition is this. My family tradition is to kill the animals and offer it to Devi. We'll put lot of questions in front of the person who is explaining you about God. Right? That is the nature, what we have in our minds. Whenever we ask you, whenever anyone asks you to surrender to God and stop doing wrong things in your life, and then immediately we ask many questions. Why this is happened to that person? He is very good. He do always good things, but he is getting bad results. I am always do good, but I am always getting the bad results. Like this, we have many questions which are running in our mind. Yes, we'll get the answers to all those questions, but only when we surrender to Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita. That is what it is, right? By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. And what we have to do, when you surrender, what you have to do? We have to engage ourselves in the service, devotional service. That is a pure devotional service. We know service, right? Everyone do service in some of the other way. Someone goes to the IT company and they serve their company CEO, right? They are getting 1 lakh salary. That means the owner will get 10 lakhs benefit out of him, right? That's true, right? If you are giving job to someone, if a shop owner is there, he will keep a shopkeeper, he will get 10,000. That means he will be earning 20,000 on him. Okay? Service. But the devotional service, it doesn't expect anything. Service attitude is like that, you can serve God without any expectations. That becomes pure devotional service. What happens? It becomes pure devotional service. With expectations, we do a lot of other things, but without any expectation, we have to do the service to the Lord, service to the God, and then you will be surrendered and you will get out of, free from all the kinds of material endeavors. Okay? So this is the last line. Why I am mentioning that? Because I request everyone to read Bhagavad Gita, study Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So, just I will go to the PowerPoint. Actually, not sure how it works. Good that it is working. So, basically when we serve God, or what is the real importance of reading Bhagavad Gita? To understand something, right? To know something. Whenever you get some book and you are reading something, what will happen? You will get understanding of that book. Whether you are in 10th class, if you are reading books of 10th, science, what it will reveal? It will reveal the science subject and you will understand something. Until that moment, you don't know anything about the science, which is in the 10th class, but when you read, you will get understanding, right? So that means there is something which is happening when you read the book. There is something which is happening when you try to understand about the God. Okay, what will happen? Krishna is saying, to show them special mercy, to whoever surrenders to Krishna. Aham ajnanajam tamaha, dwelling in their hearts. Krishna, where he will reside? He will reside in the hearts of the devotees who do the pure devotional service. And destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. For example, nowadays we have a lot of lights on the streets, right? If there is a power outage, in the complete Hyderabad, what will happen? Is it possible for you to see everything? Nothing is there in your, in your home. If you come out of the streets, it is very difficult to see anything, right? I think nowadays, at least in the olden days, we used to lit the lamps, candles. Even I don't think so. The current generation people, they know that, we have to lit a lamp, candle. Because there are many inventions came into the picture. We have power backup immediately, we don't realize that the power is gone. So, why I am giving you this example, if there is if there is no light, it is very difficult to see what is there. If there is a light, we can see everything, right? Sun rises in the morning, and then what you will see? You will see everything and everything. Even the lights which are illuminating in the nights doesn't discloses you everything, right? Whatever the area we cover with the lights, that area we can see. But if you go into the deep forest, is it possible for you to see what is there in the forest? Is it possible? You can see? But there are few animals they can see in the darkness. What are all those animals? Which animal can see in the night? What? Owl. Owl can see in the night. And what else? Cats also can see in the night, right? But we don't have that visibility, unfortunately. So, in the darkness, we cannot see anything, but the sun rises in the morning and then We are very happy to see everything, and the birds are, flying like anything. They are making lot of sounds. The beautiful flowers with the colors. Sometimes even in the lights, it is very difficult to understand which color is what. In the shop, if you go to the malls and shop, you are shopping for the saris, it is very difficult for you to understand which color sari you are purchasing. And might be during that night time with the light, you might feel that is very nice. In the morning when you see, you feel that I need to return it. Okay? So, what is happening? There is something which is, which is coming from the light, which is giving a lot of, knowledge to us. Similarly, might be this shloka, we hear this mantra from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mruchyorma amrutangamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, how many of you heard this mantra earlier? How many of you heard this mantra? Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mruchyorma amrutangamaya. Do you know the meaning? Do you know the meaning of this sloka? No? But now you can understand. Read the last 3 lines. Lead me from the untruth to the truth. What is this? Asatoma sadgamaya. And the next line, lead me from darkness to light. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Okay? And lead me, third line, lead me from the death to immortality. Mrutyorma amrutangamaya. This whole life is having, this sloka is having the complete meaning of the life. You understand? Asat is the untruth. Asatoma sadgamaya. Sat and asat. Satyam. I think we heard this Satyam, right? Which is truth. Asat means asatyam. Untruth. Okay? Asatoma satgamaya. What is happening from untruth to the truth? Most of the times, we think that we are this physical body. Right? We think that we are this physical body. But is this physical body is going to stay back here after 120 years? For example, today is 2025 year. We are in 2025. What is going to happen after 2125? How many of you will be staying here? No? Right? This physical body is not going to stay back here. That means this is not real. If it is real, then it should be stay back here. There are mountains and there are many things which lives hundreds and thousands of years. We only, unfortunately, live here for 100 years. Or even after COVID, it is came down to 60 or 70, and we don't know when our last breath is. Right? So, understanding I am not this physical body, understanding I am the soul. What is untruth? Is I am this physical body. What is truth? I am not this physical body. I am a soul. You understand what I am saying? The soul is there inside us. That is the reason we are moving. The soul is there inside our heart, and that is the reason we are able to speak. The soul is there inside our heart, and that is the reason we came to this temple. Right? Is it possible for a dead person to come to the temple? Because he is lying on the road or in the bed. He is not able to walk, he is not able to move, he is not able to do anything. That means he is dead. So what is there earlier, what is not there in that body now? Okay, that consciousness is the soul. So understanding I am not this body, I am the soul, is the truth. Untruth to the truth. What is happening? Darkness to the light. Ignorance to knowledge. What is that? Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamas. There is Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Mode of ignorance, mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So, if we are in the mode of ignorance, what we will do? We'll do ignorant activities most of the times, right? If we don't know that killing animals is a sin, and then what we'll do? We'll kill the animals. Simple. Right? If we know that killing the animals is sin, if someone says that killing the animals is sinful reaction, then automatically what we'll do? We'll stop killing the animals, killing the birds, whatever. If, for example, most of you, who are sitting in the temple, you know that giving, trouble to the others is a good activity or bad activity. Someone is sitting beside you, you will pinch him. Is this a good activity or bad? It's very bad, right? You know that pinching the other person is bad activity. And that is the reason you are not doing it. And you are sitting and listening. And you know that I should not, interfere, or I should not discuss something with my other people when there is a class is ongoing. So you know some rules, and that is the reason you are behaving like this. Similarly, when you know what is good and what is bad, and who is God, and who am I? And then what you will do? You will start behaving according to the scriptures. Okay? That is, lead me from darkness to light. It doesn't mean that I am in the dark room, I need to go to the light. No. The meaning of the darkness to the light is I am in ignorance. I don't know anything. I need to know something, and so that I can live life here peacefully and surrender to God and do service to the God as a pure devotional service. Hope you are understanding my point, right? Ignorance to light, darkness to light, ignorance to knowledge. Okay, and the third one, lead me from death to immortality. Where? Lead me from death to immortality. What is death? What is death? What is death? Physical body? Physical body destroyed. Destroyed after death. Okay? Yeah. So, leaving the soul from the body, vasamsi jirnani yada vihaya navani gruhnati naroparani. The soul, what it will do, when the physical body is not at all useful for that soul, what it will do? It will leave that body and takes the another physical body. Okay? We call it as death. We afraid of death all the time. Right? Anyone is happy? Okay, I am going to die. No one is happy, right? I am going to die today. It's a very, nice moment. Do you see anyone who is talking like that? Everyone afraid of the death. But actually, once the death happens, what happens? This physical body, which is made up of 5 elements, will go into the 5 elements again. Earth, water, fire, ether, and what is the 5th one? Earth, ether, water, fire, and Agni, Bhumi, Vayu, Akasham. Water. Okay? So, this physical body is, contains the 5 elements. Once the body, soul leaves this body will go into the 5 elements again. That is a simple definition of death. We can think of it, right? So, the soul is actually Sat. Sat Chidananda Swarupam. Okay? Sat Chit Ananda. It is eternal. So that is, it is, lead me from death to immortality. What I am thinking, I am going to die. No, it is not going to happen. Who is going to die? This physical body is going to die in this material world. But the soul which is there, it takes the another birth. another birth. Birth, death, old age and disease. It will, circle, it will take a circle in this, death, birth, death, old age and disease cycle. So to get out of this birth and death life cycle, to get to attain Krishna or Vaikuntha is called as immortality. How many of you know that today is Amavasya? Right? Yeah. Because nowadays there is a lot of advertisement is going on for the Pitru Paksha from many organizations, and YouTube is like any, you can get n number of videos in the YouTube. What is Pitru Paksha? Why, we are doing some activity on the Pitru Paksha? Pitru Paksha, it's a 15 days. Actually, Paksha means 15 days time. From Paurnami to Amavasya in the month of Bhadrapad. So, on the Amavasya day, what we'll do? We do some tarpana or donations on the name of the ancestors who left the body. Who left the body. See, the sentence itself, it gives you the clarity, who am I? Who left the body? Who left? The soul left the body. Right? The body is already degenerated in this material world. But we are still remembering the ancestors. My grandfather name is this. He used to be a king. And he used to be a big, nice Brahmana. Or he used to be a Rishi. We have some names and we have some Gotra. We remember our ancestors. So that soul, what it is doing, it is moving from one place to the other. So to help them to move in the direction of Krishna, in the direction of Vaikuntha, what we are trying to do? We are trying to do some austerity by, doing the tarpana, til tarpan. Some people will do tarpan and some people do the donations for their ancestors, and so that they can feel happy, and whatever the sinful reactions or activities which are done by them will be eradicated, and God will take them towards the immortality. Okay? So mrutyorma amrutangamaya. Mrityu bole to death. Amruta. Amruta. Mruta is death. Amruta is no death. Okay? From mruta to immortality. Okay? This is the asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrutyorma amrutangamaya. How many of you understood this shloka now? You understood? All of you understood, right? Before explaining this, you understood you know the meaning of the shloka? No. Right? Now you know. So this is the darkness to the light. Simple concept, right? You understand? Before we don't know what is this asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, and mrityorma amrutangamaya. But now we understand what is this asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutangamaya. So this is what the ignorance to the knowledge, darkness to the light. Okay? And once we understand this, what we have to do? We have to surrender to Krishna. We have to surrender to God. If we surrender to God, what He will do? That is what in the shloka it is mentioned. So what I will do? I will be there in the hearts of the pure devotees, and I will tell them what is the right direction. Many of you came to Iskcon Attapur temple. Might be you got an inspiration from the YouTube, or might be you got some inspiration or information from your friends, and then you thought like, okay, why don't I visit the temple? What is happening? Who is Radha Madhava? With the beautiful deities. What Iskcon Attapur devotees actually doing there? During Janmashtami, that such a nice, great, decoration. And during Radhashtami, there's a beautiful celebrations happened, and the nice prasadam is served in the Iskcon Attapur temple. And you came here. Why? Because the Krishna as a Paramatma, as a super soul, he is giving instructions to you to go to the temple. And that is the reason we are all here and trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. This is what? Going from darkness to the light. And this is what? Going from ignorance to the knowledge. Hope you understand. So, what Krishna says, I will be there in the hearts of the devotees and I will reciprocate with them and I will explain them what is the right direction, where they need to go. Okay, that is what it is mentioned in the shloka, right? To show them special mercy. And see, special mercy to the devotees. Dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge. It is very difficult for us to understand all these scriptures actually. As for example, if I think that yes, I can understand by reading this Bhagavad Gita, what is there, everything I can understand and I can do anything. No, it is very difficult. Because Krishna can only help us to understand Bhagavad Gita. Hope you are following what I am saying, right? So we'll move forward a bit and see. Just to understand, I will tell, there are two stories actually I thought of explaining, but considering the time factor, I will try to give you one shloka. How we look at the material world in our lives. There is, two neighboring houses are there. Okay, and in house, obviously then there is a woman and man, and in other house also there is a woman and man. So always, one of the Mataji, what she will do? She will, wash her clothes, her family clothes, and she, dries in the sunlight, going outside in their, corridor or something like that. And beside there is a house. One of the Mataji, she always looks at the window and looks at the cloths which, dried by the other Mataji woman. And the woman who is seeing at that, she always complains. She doesn't know how to wash her clothes. She doesn't know how to wash her clothes. Always they are dirty. Because she is seeing from her window, she looks at the clothes as those clothes are dirty all the time. Sometimes she feels that, okay, I go and I explain her how to wash the clothes. She was every day seeing that, continuously, from 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. She is always complaining that to her husband. She always, she is not, capable enough to wash the clothes. The clothes are always dirty. One day, what the, husband of the other woman, what he did, he took the cloth and wipes out the window glass. What he does? Wipes out the window glass and asks her to see now. And then when she sees through the glass, which is clean, and the other cloths are very clean and neat. Where is the dirt actually? Dirt is on the window glass, not on the cloths. So that is how we look at this material, material nature actually, or we look at the others especially. We always misunderstand the people, or we try to misunderstand the society, or we misunderstand by looking at the the organizations or the temples. And there are many, nowadays I can say that dirty glass is nothing but the YouTube. The dirty glass is nothing but Facebook, right? You go and search, you can get n number of videos. Unfortunately, we always look at the bad ones and we feel that, oh, these people are like this and these people are like this, right? What we have to do, we have to clean the dust which is there in our minds. Where? In our minds. Cheto darpana marjanam. Cheto darpana marjanam. What we have to do? The cleaning of the heart, cleaning of the mind we have to do. Cheto darpana marjanam bhavamaha davagni nirvapanam Shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam. This is a shloka from Shikshashtakam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told in, when he came 500 years back. Cheto darpana marjanam. Marjan bole to cleaning. What is that? Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Sudarshan ki, Gaur Nitai ki. Okay, try to sit quiet for 5-10 minutes and so that I can conclude and then we can start with the Harati. Okay, so Cheto Darpana Marjanam. What is that Darpan? Darpan is the glass. For example, you go to a mirror and if it is completely dust, is it possible for you to see your face clearly? No, right? You will be cleaning every month that mirror and you will be applying the, Matajis can apply the lipstick or put the tilak or whatever you can do it very perfectly. Without clean glass, it is very difficult, right? So similarly, Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. What will happen? When you clean your mind and when you give the strength to the soul and when you give strength to your intelligence, what will happen? Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. Davagni means which is the fire which is there in our lives. With many bad things and bad activities which will be wiped out by this surrendering to Krishna. How to clean it? How to clean the mind? It's a very simple process by saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you say one time, the dust is not going to be clean. What we have to do? We have to say loudly. For example, there is a mark on the mirror. What you will do? You will wipe out, but it is not going. Still, what you will do? You will put the pressure and clean it out, right? Similarly, what we have to say loudly, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like this, if you do chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and what will happen? Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Okay? And then there is one shloka in Caitanya-Caritāmṛta Madhya Leela. Okay? What it says? Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavrutam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. When first class devotional service develops, one must be devoid of all material desires, knowledge obtained by monistic philosophy and fruitive action. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. So what we have to do? Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. Anukulyena Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavrutam anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. Our life should be according to the scriptures, according to the rules and regulations which are provided in the Vedic scriptures. And then we can get out of this material world, or we can get out of the miserable conditions in our lives. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is thinking, I am happy. I will tell you one small story how we are happy actually, how we are thinking that we are happy. In the temple hall, one of the senior devotee was explaining, or I was listening in one of the class. Actually, there is, in the olden days, there is a ruling kings were there, right? And the kings used to punish the criminals. Kings used to punish the criminals. This happens also now also. The politicians or the policemen punishes the criminals. Similarly, one day what happened, the king, how he punishes his criminals in the kingdom, he asked his servants to take the criminal to the nearest river. Okay, and the king also goes there. He asks the simhasan, he sits on the simhasan, and he asks the servants to take the criminal into the water, and he asks to hold the hair of the criminal and ask him to dip into the water for some time. What will happen once the criminal get into the water? It's very difficult for him to get the breath, right? And then he feels like I'm going to die, right? He's going to die. And after some time, what king says? Take him out. The servants will, immediately take him out from the water. Then what will happen with the criminal? He feels happy because he's getting the oxygen, right? He's breathing. And then he feels that, oh, I'm very happy that I'm getting the oxygen. Immediately what king says? Again, put him into the water. And the servants again put him into the water. So happiness is there for only few seconds or few minutes for him. Similarly, in our lives, whatever we are thinking that I am happy, that is always, you ask this question to anyone, are you happy? Everyone says, how are you? And then I say, everyone if asks, how are you? And then we say that, yes, I am fine. But we are not fine most of the times. The happiness is like that, as king giving the punishment to the criminal, we are also here in this material world and suffering with lot of miserable conditions. To get out of that miserable condition, what we have to do? We have to surrender to Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmana matparayanaha. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, obeisance to me and worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. There are many such nice slokas. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mashuchaha. There are many such great slokas in the Bhagavad Gita where you can understand how you can get freed from these situations and material conditions and get into the happiness is only by surrendering to Krishna. And it is very difficult for us to continue in the devotional service. Only Krishna can help us. But we have to have that endeavor in our thoughts. Yes, I need to serve you. I need to come to the temple regularly. You have to have the desire. Then it will be fulfilled. Otherwise, if you say that, okay, I am always busy. My 24 hours goes into my office. I always serve my wife, my daughter, my children. I have this and I have that. And if you have excuses, there are hundreds and thousands of excuses are there. And Krishna, it is very difficult for him to help you out. If you have a desire, yes, Krishna, I wanted to serve you. Yes, Krishna, I wanted to come to the temple regularly. Yes, Krishna, I wanted to be in the association of the devotees. Yes, Krishna, I wanted to do the devotional service in the temple. There are many opportunities to serve Krishna and be happy. Okay? So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Anyone have any questions or comments? Only one question? If okay, that's a good question actually. You reminded me one small, saying or the incident which has happened with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I thought of, telling that also in this class. So Mataji's question is actually, if you pronounce the Bhagavad Gita shlokas and someone says, who are learned, they says that if you are pronouncing the Bhagavad Gita shlokas and then it is going to be sinful. You will get some sinful reactions. So, I say strongly, or not me, and the scriptures itself, it says very clearly, God is actually Bhavagrahi Janardana. He is bhavagrahi Janardana. What is your feeling? That is very much important. The importance is not with the shloka recitation. Importance is not with the appearance of your dress. Importance is not with the, how you are showcasing yourself. Importance is that how much you love Krishna inside. How much you love Krishna inside. For example, as I wanted to say, one day there is one of the devotee, who is sitting in some corner of the place, and what he is doing, he is taking the Bhagavad Gita and reading it. What he is doing? He is reading it, or he is looking at the book, and he is weeping, he is crying. And this happened, during the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing from that place, and he looked at this. He's a kind of Brahmana, but he don't know how to read and write and something like that. And he's crying. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to him and asks, what happened? Why you are crying? You have a book, Bhagavad Gita, in your hands, and why you are crying? And then he says that, I got an instruction from a guru to read Bhagavad Gita. What instruction he got? He got instructions to read Bhagavad Gita. But unfortunately, I don't know how to read. What I'm doing, I'm just, turning the pages, and there are some pictures, and I'm seeing at the cover page where you can see the Krishna and Arjuna is speaking, and how, the great God he is. He became a servant to the Arjuna actually, during the, he became Pardasarathi, right? What he is doing, he is, holding the, this Radha, and he is there to, he is sitting in front of the Radha, and he wanted to, drive the chariot. Such a great God he is, and I am very happy Krishna is so kind to, come to the devotees and help them to, get out of the problems. So I love Krishna very well, and I'm crying. That is the only thing which I can understand. Other than that, I cannot understand how to read Bhagavad Gita. And what happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives him full knowledge by touching his head. Okay? So, by these incidents you can understand whether you are able to read it, or you are pronouncing it properly or not. You try it to get the pronunciation correct. But if you are failing, don't worry about it. If you are failing, you don't worry about it. You bought a Bhagavad Gita book, you are suffering with fever, and you go to the medical shop and you ask for the tablet. They will give a tablet to you, and they prescribe. And you take the tablet and you put that into the shelf. Is that going to help you? Your fever will come down from 108 to 102 to 90, 95? No, right? If you take the tablet, then only your fever will get down and you will feel relaxed. Similarly, take the Bhagavad Gita, and you should not put that into the shelf by saying that I cannot, I am not pure, I am not this, I am not that, I am not, in this mood, I am, not settled, I am a student, I am this, I am that. With many reasons we are putting this book on shelf. So read it, and Krishna will help you. This sloka is, Krishna, he himself is telling that, I will reciprocate, I will help you out to get out of the situation. So there is no, offense reading sometimes with the, mistakes. You do mistakes, and in the day one itself you started walking after you burn in the material world. On the day one itself you started walking. Someone holds you for, after a few months, mother holds the hands of the children, and then he starts walking, and then if he leaves and he will fall down, and then again he stand up and he walks. Similarly, we have to start doing mistakes, and from there we learn and we go forward. This is a kind of simple principle in our lives. Don't feel bad about the failures. Okay, Mataji? Hope I answered your question. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. You can stand up for the Harati. After that, we'll have few announcements. Hare Krishna.
जय श्री राधा माधव की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।